Kirk Franklin did what? Hello guys, welcome once again to my channel. Today I wanted to treat this topic on Kirk Franklin and his son's interaction. That video that went viral. I'm not going to treat the video full of expletives because it's not appropriate for this channel. But I wanted us to glean off of that video plus his apology, basically what we can learn from that. There are some key issues that Kirk Franklin brought up in his apology that I thought it was something to consider. Let's check out this video of his apology and let's talk after that.
Many of you know I have an older son named Kerrion Franklin. In May, he'll be 33. For many years, we have had a toxic relationship with him as a family. We've tried for many years through counseling, through therapy, to try to rectify this private family matter. Recently, my son and I had an argument that he chose to record. I felt extremely disrespected in that conversation, and I lost my temper. And I said words that are not appropriate. And I am sincerely sorry to all of you. I sincerely apologize. I want you to know as a father that during that conversation, I called the family therapist and got that therapist on the phone to try to help. He never played that part of the recording. I'm not perfect. I'm human and I'm going to make mistakes and I'm trying to get it right. Please keep me and my family in your prayers.
Okay, welcome back. So I want to talk on 3 topics out of this apology video. Number 1, watching your tongue. Respect and honor and therapy. You mentioned 3 of these things, and I think it's so important in our Christian walk with God and in our interaction with the society and our families and children. These are things to really consider and pay attention to. Number 1, do I think the cuss words that Kirk Franklin used in this situation is appropriate? No. Most importantly, I think we need to watch our tongue because we all lose our temper. It's really important that when we lose our temper or when we are in an angry state or we are speaking out of anger, we watch our tongue because death and life are in the power of the tongue. Whatever you speak is spirit and it could be life as well. The same mouth you used to bless, don't use that same mouth to curse. The same mouth you used to adore and worship, don't use that same mouth to tear down and destroy. And I appreciate Kirk Franklin for apologizing in this situation. One of the reasons why a lot of people have come to Kirk's defense is because Kirk has always been open and transparent about his struggles in his marriage, in his personal life, in his family. And he has always sought professional help. He has sought prayer. He has sought, therapy and all those different things, and which I'll touch on later. But he's been so open that people were very sympathetic of even the fact that when he blew up and cussed his son out and I will break your whatever and all the stuff that he said, people are still sort of understanding that it's possible for, as parents, we can lose our temper. Parents sometimes lose their temper, and sometimes you say things you don't have to say. Even to our spouses, it's so important to watch your tongue because there are certain things you say you cannot take back, right? And this was a very embarrassing situation. And from Kirk's apology, you notice that the conversation was longer. He said there was a therapist on the line and all those different things. And you could tell that this was more of a setup where the son was waiting to record a very bad moment in that conversation. And he got his father in a very low point and then recorded it and put it out to embarrass him. But, all parents have gone through certain embarrassing situations. It reminds me of a situation when I was working from home sometime last year, and I was on a conference call, very important call. And luckily, there was one person who had joined that call. And my kids were making so much noise in the loft upstairs. I was on mute initially, and I kept saying, guys, be quiet, be quiet. And they kept on and on making so much noise. I unmuted and I spoke to the person briefly, and then I thought I muted it again. And the next thing I said was, guys, be quiet. I am on the phone right now. And it was so bad. And I looked at the screen and it wasn't muted. I'm like, oh no. oh no. And so I was talking to the lady and I said, did you hear everything I said? And she was trying to protect me. She's like, oh, not really. I'm like, oh, you did hear it. And I was so embarrassed. I felt like disappearing, and I kept apologizing. But guys, and this was just one person on the line, and I hadn't even met her before. But it goes to show you that sometimes we fall into embarrassing situations. We don't want all that to go to millions and millions of viewers and followers, right? Because it's embarrassing. Second thing I wanted to treat was respect and honor. I watched that video and I was wondering what was the reason for his son exposing his father, capturing that portion of the audio and releasing it to the public. What was the reason? What was his motive behind that? Was it to destroy him, to embarrass him, or because he's trying to strike back because he's angry about a situation? You're an adult. He said exactly that on the recording, but then you were sort of trying to trigger him. You were trying to cuss him out and trigger him to blow up, because he probably knows how his father blows up. And so he set him up. It looked like a setup to me. It was so distasteful and it was so disgusting to me that you will set your father up in this manner. Sometimes, we have to also understand that kids you have in other marriages and you go on to start a new family, sometimes they struggle with love and abandonment and needing more attention from their parent, and so sometimes it plays a part. Sometimes they feel a sense of abandonment for so many years that it has made them act out every time. Sometimes kids can act out just to get attention, and so I understand that this could be some of the dynamics here. But it leads me to my third point, that Kirk has taken that step to get into therapy, family counseling, all those different things, to try to heal, to try to resolve some of the brokenness in the family. And I appreciate that. And this is something that we don't really pay attention in the Christian community, because sometimes when we have issues, we want to take it to the Lord in prayer, which is good. Nothing wrong with taking everything to the Lord in prayer, but it's also important that we address issues, emotional issues, physical issues, things that are direct results of our actions we have taken. Okay, if you decide to leave somebody or divorce, whatever reason it is, sometimes the impact on the child is devastating, and they take it for so many years into their life. Sometimes they are grown, they're adults, but they still have the emotional baggage. They have the emotional wounds from their past. So I really appreciated that Kirk Franklin had to address the fact that we've been in therapy for years. We've been trying to repair things, but there's still a sticking point. There's still issues with this particular son. And sometimes as young people, we always rush to put things in the public arena. Initially, I thought it was a young boy who was experiencing an abusive father, but this was a 33-year-old who has moved out. He has his own life, and just that interaction, he decided to put it out there on blast. I think he thought this was going to garner him a lot of support in the public arena, but then the backlash on him has been severe. It backfired spectacularly, and people are coming to Kirk's defense. But in all of this, we really need to respect each other in communication, watch our tongue, and also we need to address some of these mental and emotional and physical issues that we in our family have been experiencing, our kids are experiencing, and we need to pay really close attention, because the kids can grow up with some of these issues years down the road, and it makes them act out and disrespectful. And I think this is something that is so important. Thank you for watching this. I encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as always. I also want to hear your comments in the comment section, and then hit the notification bell so you're alerted of the next video that is upcoming. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.